being on stage is awesome.
Yeah.
All the rest of the stuff, you'd rather be at home, but you know, that's what we do this for the performance.
I think it's great connecting with the fans. I think after all these years, we still actually like playing with each other. That sounded
really weird.
Performing
Performing with each
musical instruments.
other. Performing on each other. Performing.
Yes. But still getting that connection with the fans that we've. All right.
And we
Pull
still
it
laugh
together,
a lot.
buddy.
We still laugh a lot. So there you go.
Yeah.
No number two. No number two. Pretty much everything else is
No playing
Everything
with
else
each other
goes.
on the bus.
no performing on the bus.
I'm a little bit. I have a definite regimen I have to follow. If I don't follow it, it's like, yeah, it's. I don't know if it's superstition or just a pattern that's developed after decades of doing this. But if I don't do my vocal warm up and my guitar warm up and stretch and kind of go into my Zen space, yeah, it definitely has an adverse effect on the show. So we try to get that in the routine if at all possible. There's something about having a routine, at least for me. I'm a creature of habit. So if I kind of have the same thing I do every day, it just helps me stay kind of focused and not, kind of flail around like a lost soul. So,
Not on stage, just before.
Yeah.
The warm up.
the warm up.
Before we get on stage, then it's
Yeah, on stage it's a complete free for all.
yeah.
Criticize each other a little bit at first. No, we just kind of we'll talk about the songs and what may have worked, what may not have worked. Usually just 10-15 minutes, just kind of drink a lot of water and then hit the shower is what I do. I need to shower right after the show. These guys will wait till the next day, but not me. And he sweats the most.
I get a shower some of the times.
We were reminded of this yesterday at Rock and Park. There's a really good vibe. It's a positive vibe. You don't get, I don't know how to articulate it other than it's very, it's very benevolent, very good and positive, and I think that that's something. It depends where you are in the world. It can vary, but here it's almost always guaranteed that it's going to be people with smiles on their faces and just ready to have a good time. So that makes our job very easy.
First time we played, first time we saw a video feed of Rock 'em Ring, and the crowd just looked endless, and the show, the mix was really nice, and it was, at that point, I think the best video we had of ourselves performing. I think it was, if we were to show our kids a video at that point, it would be, look what Dad did, this Rock 'em Ring performance.
I think for us, starting off on the second or third stage early in the day to moving up to later in the day on the second or third stage, and now actually the last couple of years getting to being on the big stage with great bands around us, and watching the crowd go from a band that they didn't really know or weren't as familiar with to now where people seem to have a knowledge of the songs and appreciation for the songs and actually like us, I think.
Hopefully. Well, it's definitely changed. I mean, it's definitely changing. It seems like a lot of the people, like I personally grew up listening to, have left. But there's still people, like personally, Stevie Wonder's a massive one for me. So that's definitely still a very inspiring artist.
Well, I think Heroes for me has changed over the years. It used to be my peers and people that I listen to, but I think more so now for me, it's people that give more and are more selfless. Kind of volunteer and of course the military. People that sacrifice. Those are really my heroes this day and age. Back when I was younger, it was a lot different. I had different I just living a different life. But you know, I think once you have you know, family and children, and you know, you just kind of look at the world a little bit differently. So those are heroes in my opinion.
Iron Maiden was my first show, and it was such a spectacle and such an awesome experience. Yeah, I definitely wanted to do that. And I remember getting to work worked on Ozzy Osbourne's road crew and the local crew in Clemson, South Carolina. And I volunteered to stay until like 3 in the morning packing stuff up, or however late it was. And I made $40 that day, but that's all I ever wanted to do. You know, it was just about being part of that scene. And here I am 25 years later, you know, doing it. So
Yeah, the tattoo thing is pretty heavy. You know, no matter how many times you see it, it reminds you of the role your music plays in somebody's life. The fact that they would permanently etch it on their body, and it's crazy as well to see, you know, pictures of yourself. I remember the first time we had that fan in the UK had a picture of Mark, I think, on his forum, and then me on the other. And I think they would fight.
And Flip was on his butt.
Probably.
Yeah.
you know, one good thing that this generation of musician gets to experience is you put out a record, and within a week you have 100 covers. You have bands, you know, kids in their basement playing your songs, and that's something that's real cool. You know, you get on your social media or whatnot, and you'll see somebody put a link to check out this great cover of your song, and I think we're the first generation to be able to experience that. So it's cool to see how much time and effort people put into performing your songs and really getting into everything about your band.
Well, sure. If something comes up, I'll use my social media as much as I can, and comment and you know, put it out there. You know, you just can't take those things for granted. You try to read into it as much as you can, but obviously there can be quite a bit of traffic too. So you kind of gotta pick and choose, I guess.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. I mean, you just get back on, it just feels natural, and everything just kind of falls into place. You know, we've been playing together. Playing together for.
It's hard not to say it, right? Yeah.
It's hard. You know, how many years have it been? 13.
Yes.
So
yeah, 13 years.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's
it.
Yeah, it feels a lot
That was
longer, doesn't it?
15.
I don't
2002
think
or
so.
2004?
2004.
January 2004.
Yeah. January 2nd, 2004.
But I think it's good to have when you come back after taking a break from the band, it feels fresh again. You know, I think if you just kept on beating the dead horse over and over again, not taking a break, I don't think you'd come up with anything unique. I think you know, when Miles goes and does his solo thing, it's gonna be so different from what we do, and I try to do the same thing, and these guys try to learn as much as they can before he's playing and projected. He's challenged in a different way on the drum. So when we come back to play, we've brought new material, new techniques, new outlook. You know?
Yeah.
Waking up early is awful. You know, it's I have 2 little boys, so they get up at 6:30 in the morning. My wife, thank God, takes them to school, but still, you know, you have so much free time on the road. When you get home, you have none. So it's a great time when you're at home.
Try to exercise as much as possible. Keep this from becoming cloudy. Look forward to the days off, getting in a hotel, and I mean, the festival season. It's a lot like camping out here. You know, it's the toilet situation and the showers are, you know, kind of hard to come by. Sometimes there's team showers, and it's a little bit.
And what's a team shower?
Well, a team shower is when a group of dudes are in a shower at the same time.
Talk about the game.
Talk about the game.